Lord, I was laying at home on my couch and I was and I was supposed to speak to you all tonight. But I'm glad to hear you.
Thank you.
I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to spend a few minutes. How many minutes? 2. No, they home. I know they're home. So I'll take about 10 minutes. Just to 10 parts of things. I am Elaine O'Neill Bushfan. I am from this area, from Durham, North Carolina, born and raised. A 2-time graduate of an HBCU right here in Durham, North Carolina Central University. I have my undergraduate degree in math from there, and I have a Juris Doctorate from there. I graduated from law school in 1991. I went to the bench in 1994, probably about the time y'all were born, close. And I was a district court judge, which is where you have where you hear misdemeanors, and also you have original jurisdiction for family court issues such as child support, child custody issues. I did that for about 17 years. I became the first female to be appointed chief district court judge here in my hometown in 2002, and I served that until I ran for superior court judge about 3 years ago, and I became the first female to hit the superior court bench here in Durham County. I'm one of 14 women across the state of North Carolina who sit on the superior court bench. And I just tell you all that because it's ridiculous in 2013 to say I'm the first. You know, we've been holding courts for how many years? As long as we have known about life, we've known about the court system. And I am so proud of you all to be college graduates and headed that way. I'm claiming it, if you are not already that you will do that. But I'm here to tell you tonight basically one thing. That is that you are a bridge from those who have been left behind. I will say that probably each of you sitting here tonight knows someone who has been touched by the criminal justice system in a negative way. You also know someone who has struggled with issues involving substance abuse. You also know someone who has probably been incarcerated. You also know someone who has probably been a victim of violence perpetrated by someone who looks very similar to them. And I say that in all honesty because every year for the last 20 years, most of the people that have come before me look just like you and I. That is a problem. That is a problem. The criminal justice system is doing exactly what it has done over the last 200 years for our people. And I will tell you that I don't know if our generation is going to change things. I am now turning it over into the hands of you to bring some humanity back to the United States of America. It pains me that the role models that we seem to have now are the ones who are in the entertainment industry, who do not give back in a large way, who have enough wealth now where they can create jobs, and that seems to be who we gravitate towards. The football players, the basketball players, the singers, all of the very negative things that folks can put out there about us, that seems to be what our young people are attracted to. That's not where we need to be. That is exactly where we should not be. And I think about in the 1960s when the college children, when the college people, young adults, made such a difference in our lives. They were the ones that started the sit-ins right here in North Carolina, and North Carolina A&T. They started the sit-ins. They were the ones who took on the social causes for us. And they are the reasons why you are able to sit here today. It's because of college students your age who reached out and did not go for what seems to be the norm now. Let me see how much money I can get in my bank account, and let me be concerned about me and only me. Please, young people, you are a bridge to those of your folk who have been left behind, who are still behind. Every one of us have members of our families who do not have an education, a high school education, who still struggle with issues of poverty. My husband and I are here in this community for a reason. We could have probably chosen to go anywhere to start a business, but this is where we want to be, right in the heart of the hood. Because we are one step away from being right back where we were 20, 30 years ago. My husband had an incident a couple of weeks ago with the police officers. He had 2 guns pulled on him. He's the husband of a judge. I have a son by my first marriage, who is not my biological child, but who is very much my child. He is serving life in prison, so they say, for first-degree murder. There are so many young African-American men and women who have lost who they are and have lost a sense of purpose of what we're about. It is not about us. It is about those who will come behind you. You set a standard as college students. Every day you go out into the world of work, when you enter into corporate America or wherever you will go, you will set a standard. And that standard should be one of excellence. It should be one of being proud of being black in America. And you should carry yourself accordingly. Young ladies, you should always look presentable, act presentable, be presentable. Young men, you should pull your pants up because they really don't accept it. I don't care how much you want to do it. It's not going to go. It's not going to go. You pull your pants up, you conform so that when you get in there, you make a statement for those brothers who are locked up. Because believe me, you're just one step from being there. If you don't realize that, you got some issues. So I tell you, young people, please be cognizant that you are the bridge. You are our hope for tomorrow. If you do not take that seriously, please leave now. Don't do us any more harm. We got enough people out there doing us harm that are supposedly on their road to getting a higher degree, and who are doing nothing with it but playing with it. I see a lot of college students that come down to the courthouse. How can you be? What's going on? How can you be in both arenas like that? You've got to choose. You've got to choose. And I hope that you will choose right. Our very lives, our very future, we depend on you. You are the leaders. You're the next generation. So do right. Act right, be right, and do what you're supposed to do for your people. You are tied very much to those folk over in Africa. You have a divine destiny. You have an ancestor that was a slave, came over by ship, survived through segregation, survived through the civil rights movement. And for them, you owe them that. And you owe it also to your children and your children's children to be the very best that you can be. So be blessed.